The only guarantee about never making a decision and just don't want to step on nobody's toes and you just want to stay in a gray area, stay in neutral, is you get nothing. Because newsflash. Yeah. I'll take this joker off. Back with another video. You already know where we on. That bike. Doing them 20 minutes. And today, on this Monday, yet again, a new week. We talking about you need to learn to love being the beginner. Learn to love on taking action, but now I'm being the new person in the space. Going through that season of being cringe, season of being like confused, overly overwhelmed. That was a tongue twister. And really being in that space where you figuring it out. Because that says something quite literally big about you. And it's that you started. That right there, you already ahead of 85% of the competition. Not because you're better or worse than somebody, but because you started where a lot of people don't, and they don't understand how to love the beginning of the journey, like the very, very initial beginning once you start. It's imprinted. Now it's time to build on that momentum. Now it's time to build on that momentum. And this is now where you really start to elevate yourself through the consistency from you starting in the beginning. You building up big mo, which I've said in prior videos is momentum. Because when you fall in love with something from the jump, and the jump could be in the sense of the first day, the first week, the first month, the first year. And that's by being able to see the result you'll get once you arrive. But the love is actually in the journey of it. It's a different spark. It's a different spark that happens because you in the adventure. It's gonna be hard, it's gonna be challenging, but you'll be better from it. Remember, it doesn't get harder, you'll get better. See, being a beginner in things, we'll go through the periods of, or I don't know if he should be doing that, but you have to. And I think what it allowed me to consistently, when I take on different endeavors, to have gratitude from the beginning is knowing that I'm not the only one that's starting something new from a deficit, from a setback. I'm not the only one that went through this season of friction and confusion of understanding how to do what or how to be efficient in something. I'm not the only one who has, my complexity of challenges, of strengths and weaknesses. There's somebody who has it better than me, many who have it better than me, some who have it worse than me, many who have it worse than me. But the kicker, the common denominator, is that we have started. So hear me well. If there's something you're on the fence about, that's a clear indication that you need to pull that trigger and start. And then fall in love with the beginning. Fall in love with being the beginner in whatever space you decide on doing. Because know it well, I've said it countless of times. I'd rather you make a decision than not one at all. The only guarantee about never making a decision and just don't want to step on nobody's toes and you just want to stay in a gray area, stay in neutral, is you get nothing. Because newsflash, no matter what you do, you always gonna make somebody mad. And you always gonna make somebody happy. And everything in between, from the highest to the lowest. No matter what you do, no matter if you make a decision, no matter if you decide on nothing, stay neutral, no matter, well, that's the same stuff. No matter if you make a decision or not, there's only two options. You're gonna make somebody mad. You choose left, you stay stagnant, you choose right, you're gonna make somebody mad. It's inevitable. So you might as well decide on something you enjoy or decide on something that you can see yourself progressing in, and then fall in love with beginning, fall in love with being the beginner. Because I I can feel it. I'm for sure of it. Once you arrive, you'll be grateful you started. Because now you're able to do the things you really want to do. While those people who hating on you, still gonna be hating. And those people who love and give you life, still gonna be loving and giving you life. And the people who never existed and were just NPCs, they still don't exist and they're still NPCs. And those people who was complaining, they're still complaining. And those non-believers still non-believing, and them believers, they still believing. But what's the same about it all is people still doing the same stuff, whether you decide to do something, you stay stagnant, or you don't decide at all, or choose something else that wasn't expected. Regardless, learn to love being the beginner. Learn it. Because then once you get tied up too, with a bunch of things that you're now held down, and it's not just a quick 1-2 switch, bang, move out, go into this. You're probably gonna wish you was the beginner again. So you might as well fall in love with it now. You might as well, when you really think about it. So that's my message for today. Yet, it's Monday. It's another week. It's another chance. It's another opportunity to progress, to be 7% better, 10% better, 5% better, however many percents better. It's up to you. Because nobody is gonna be better. Shoot, nobody's gonna be worse except you. And like always, if you end up deciding not to do nothing, that's okay too. Everybody can't win in life. You need losers. Everybody can't decide in life. You need people who stuck in a gray area. You need them. This is why we have a hierarchy. This is why you have trillionaires. Wow, crazy. And then this is why you still have homeless and hobos walking around and everything in between. Regardless, time will stop for none of us. And it's just a reality, whether you want to accept it or not. It is what it is, all right? It is what it is. So on that note, it's a little past 1300. I got 2.5 minutes left at my 20-minute mark. We just crossed over 1740. And then it's time to work out and keep progressing with this day, just like you can too. So drop a comment in the comment section if you want to ask me something, or curious about my perspective on this video, or curious about anything other video. Shout out to all the subscribers. I got 630 plus now. We're almost there to 1,000. So salute to y'all all. Thank you so much for believing in me, listening to this message. And you already know what it is. You already know how this cookie crumble. I'm gonna break bread with y'all tomorrow.